I think buying a new car in today's time is dumb. I can guarantee you if you go to a dealership with cash and somebody else coming with financing, they gonna run to them. So I'm hoping I'm preaching to somebody and y'all hearing me. I need to find another car. All right, they gave you a 2023 RX 350. YouTube, what is y'all doing? I'm coming back to y'all from the cockpit of the RX 350, aka my wife's vehicle. And I got something I want to chat about today. Judging by the title, y'all probably already know what that is. And we're just gonna get straight into it. But first things first, shout out to everybody that's newly subscribed, leaving comments, showing love, even hate. I appreciate all of it. Just you interacting with my content makes me a happy camper. Anyway, judging by the title of the video, y'all know we're gonna talk about today. Why is buying a new car such a dumb idea in today's economy? And I know it's gonna be relative to like how much money you make as a person, or just your income, or like just the type of person it is. But in general, we considering something dumb is when it's like you're overspending for something, or you're putting yourself in a financial situation where you're not going to make the best deal or get the most value out of something. So what that means is I don't care how much money you have, but I don't care about none of that. If you making dumb purchases, it's still a dumb purchase. So that's kind of how we're gonna approach this video. But the car economy, everybody has been talking about it. This is not gonna be one of those videos where I go on the lot and just like show y'all all these random car prices and start complaining about it. I mean, those videos are cool. It's nice that they raising awareness that cars are stupid expensive right now. But that's not gonna take place in this video. In this video, we're gonna kind of be talking about why car prices are as high as they are and things like that. But starting off, I'm in my wife's RX. This will be a good segue into the video. This is a 2021. I got a YouTube video where I bought this vehicle, where we went and purchased it. Go check that out. It's a 2021. It's just now getting 42,000 miles on it. And we're taking it into service because it is leaking coolant. Now, I've already identified the problem. She just moved it one day and it was a puddle under the vehicle. And I checked it out. It turns out it was coolant. Checked up under the hood. It looks like it's either leaking from a hose or a connector. And it looks like they have a little plastic connector that's going into the engine. And it looks like that might be leaking. That's a stupid design because we all know plastic heat cycles are not as good as like metal, aluminum, because it's gonna warp, it's gonna crack over time, and that might be what's happening here. It could just be the hose. I don't know. I chose not to go any further because this vehicle is fortunately covered under warranty. However, if I had to fix it myself, it probably would have been done already. But that brings us to our first point. Newer vehicles are just not built up to quality. It's like they want to stuff all of these computers and things in there that raises the price of the car, but they're not using quality components to actually construct the vehicle. So all these computers, all this technology costs way more money, and it does not like make the car more reliable. In fact, it makes it harder for people to work on and things like that. So that's the first reason why I think cars have gotten so expensive. But another issue that I wanted to talk about, and I hate to be all over the place, is why are car prices not coming down? You see brand new pickup trucks, SUVs, $80,000 to $100,000 brand new off the lot. Why are those not coming down? Why are those prices not coming down? And to me, and I'm just speaking, this is all based on like what I dreamt up and like what I think and stuff like that. So I mean, you might have a different observation, but to me it seems like these car prices are not coming down, and it's almost like the dealers, the manufacturers don't really want them to come down. And why would that be? You say, okay, well, they want to sell vehicles, right? Of course they want to sell vehicles, but it's all about the money now. Like during COVID, manufacturers, dealers, they realized that they can charge stupid prices for these cars, and people will come and pay. Like people will come and pay $80,000 for a work truck. Like it's crazy. And they want all the bells and whistles. People like to have all the bells and whistles and things like that. And that adds more value or makes the car more expensive. So why do I say that the dealers, the manufacturers, they don't want the prices to come down? If you think about it, if they keep these prices high, the idea of you actually buying this vehicle goes away. Most people, I call this the generation we're in, I call it the generation of debt. Because people are not afraid to put themselves in debt in this generation, I think, more than we've ever seen before. It's just, debt is just common. People just don't care. Let me finance this. It's eager. They're eager to spend money that they don't have, and they don't care if they ever pay it back or not. So the solution to this is, and I think this is how manufacturers are approaching it, is they don't really want to sell you a car. They don't. They want you to come in, they want you to finance something, get a lease. They don't want you owning a vehicle, because once you own that vehicle, you no longer have a payment, which means that you're gonna continue driving that vehicle. They're not making any money off of you anymore. Let's make it make sense. Nobody wants to sell you anything. They're trying to figure out how they can keep you paying a bill. So why would car prices come down? Just financing. Oh, you don't want to pay $100,000 for this truck? Lease it. You know, you go lease it, probably eat up $30,000 of the value. You'll avoid all of the other depreciation. But at the end of the lease, you're faced with, okay, I need to find another car. I need to find another car, or I need to get into another lease or something. I'm gonna be paying somebody a bill if I don't have the cash to just straight out buy a car. And it sucks because even if you are buying the car cash, the depreciation these days is so terrible on all of these vehicles. Don't get me wrong, some hold their value better, but the depreciation is so horrible that if you bought this vehicle straight out, you'd be out of so much cash, it wouldn't even make sense at that point. I think the new world order is to keep people paying a bill. Even with the housing market, if you look at it, seems like they're building more and more rental property than they are actual houses. A lot of cities are going up. They want to keep you they want to keep you paying a bill. I think that is a new world order. And I think that's why you should probably buy an older vehicle, something that you could pay off. Because even if you do go say, all right, I'm gonna finance a brand new vehicle, the depreciation is just terrible on a lot of these vehicles. If you pay $80,000 for a work truck and put 30,000 miles on it, that truck's probably not even worth half what you paid for. And if you do want to go that route, now you financing $80,000, you're going, depending on what type of financial situation you're in, you're probably going to be looking at least $1,000+ car note every month just to afford that vehicle. And it's just constantly depreciating as you drive it and use it and as it ages. A car can literally sit there and lose value and you don't have to drive it because it's aging. And I strongly feel like we're in a generation where people are just, they don't have to have the money. And society has made that okay as long as we can keep you paying the bill. If you notice, like with student loans, the primary thing is paying your interest every month. They don't care if you ever pay a payment towards principal. All the bank is concerned about is, did you pay your interest? Are we getting our money? I recently bought a house, and anybody who's financed and bought a house before, most people aren't buying houses cash, they're financing them. Anybody who's ever got a loan on a house before knows that early on in that loan, you're usually paying more towards interest than you are to your principal. Now, you can go and pay more towards your principal, but the bulk of your monthly payment is gonna be going towards interest because the bank is so concerned about getting their money back. And I mean, you get it, right? If I loan you some money and you start making money back, I feel like you should be paying me as much as possible to get me out of the way. But except the goal is, I feel like it's malicious in the intent of they don't actually want you to pay it back. They just want you to keep paying money on it. They can keep you in a situation where you're paying them a bill. So why are car prices so high and not coming down? I think it's because they want to keep you paying a bill. They know people gonna need cars. They kind of twisting your wrist a little bit. And that's why I say buying a brand new car is dumb. If you really need to buy a car, you can get one that's already had a depreciation hit and not finance as much 30,000 miles on it, maybe even more. Or if you're mechanically inclined, you might be able to find cash cars that you can just work on. A lot of people ask me, why do I drive my GS400 so much? My Lexus GS400 is a 2000. It's just hit like 230,000 miles on it. And I drive that car more than any of my other cars. It comes from an era where cars were built great. They were still expensive then, but not nowhere near compared to today. But the build quality was a lot better. Parts are not as expensive. It's not a big computer. And it's just analog. It's fun to drive. I just enjoy driving the vehicle. So I think anybody considering buying a brand new vehicle, you should really consider buying a brand new vehicle. Because what happens is once you go and you spend $80,000 on that Tahoe, $90,000 on that Tahoe, that Suburban, you're making it okay. You're part of the problem. Because now they see that people will spend this type of money on vehicles. And plus you're putting it out of reach for people that's like thinking feasible. Like me personally, I don't think I would ever purchase a new car. A brand new car for the lot. I just don't think I could ever do it. And I don't even think it matters about the type of money that I have. I'm not even gonna go into my financial situation, but like you wouldn't be able to sell me a brand new car. Like the deal would have to be so sweet, it probably wouldn't even exist. Like, I don't know, like especially in today's times where it's just like, well, I don't understand people paying over $1,000 for cars. Like it's just, and this is coming from a car enthusiast. It just doesn't make sense. Most vehicles are only gonna go one direction in value, and it's down. And that's why I say if you buying a new car right now, it's dumb. Like I hope that I'm able to reach somebody right now or that's looking to buy a new car, thinking about it. Go for the used car, man. Avoid the depreciation hit. If you just need a brand new car, I mean, I can't understand why you would need a brand new car other than a used car, unless they just giving you like, I guess, a good interest rate. Obviously you don't get a better interest rate on an older vehicle. I mean, on a brand new vehicle. But just buying a new car, like your arm has to be really twisted to be in a situation where you need to buy a new car. Right? And if you are buying a new car, I would suggest not going for any of the higher trim options. The stuff's just too expensive right now. And I hate when I see people upload pictures of their note or whatever, talk about how much they paying on their car, and they paying $1,000 for stuff. It's like, bro, that's completely ridiculous. So right now I'm taking my wife's RX up here. This is basically a brand new Lexus. It's only got 42,000 miles on it. It's leaking coolant. And it's not a big issue, don't get me wrong. It's not anything. You can see I'm driving it. I got like a 50-mile drive to the nearest Lexus dealership. It's driving fine. I mean, it's looked like it's been leaking for a while. I'm just glad we caught it before she was driving it to work or something like that. And now, you know, it's running hot or something like that. But it just, I don't know, it kind of got me thinking maybe I should talk about this, because I see so many people pulling up at dealerships and doing this and that and complaining about how high the car prices are, but not really talking about like why that is and what's like causing it. I feel like we're causing it as consumers, and I feel like we're just being capitalized on. I mean, we live in a capitalistic society. You just gotta be smart with how you use your money, and buying a new car right now just seems like the dumbest thing ever to me. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think on that. I just think that it's crazy right now what the car market is doing. And don't get me wrong, I love driving my other cars too. I got 3 cars right now, but I love driving my other cars too. But the GS400, it's just like, it's nice to have that car that you can drive carefree. I know if anything breaks on my GS400, I can fix it without it really breaking the bank. And the car drives well, it's super reliable. Everything that you need works on the car. In fact, I can't think of anything that's broken right now. I mean, I got some buttons that's not lighting up, but they still work. it's just so much of a pleasure. Like, imagine going and buying like a $80,000 Tahoe right now. And I'm not trying to pick on Tahoe. Buy a $100,000 Wagoneer and you need a commuter car. Like, and you paying like $1,300, $1,400 a month for that Wagoneer. You're not gonna want to drive that every day. Let's just be real. You're not gonna want to run the miles up on it, because if you do, you eating up even more money because it's tanking in value. So I'm hoping I'm preaching to somebody and y'all hearing me. Like, I think buying a new car in today's time is dumb. I just do. Even when we got this RX, it was like something about having a new car just brings so much concern. Like, don't want to put too many miles on it too quick, worried about it getting damaged, rock chips, all of that stuff eats up the value. Whereas you buy a car that's a little bit older, it's like, it's not really expected to be perfect, right? It's a used car, do what I gotta do in it, and I can enjoy it more. That's how I feel about my GS400. I feel like that's the one car I can get in and just enjoy it more. It's not a lot of value wrapped up into the car. It's just something for me that I can enjoy, and that's what I've been doing with that car. But anyway, let me know what y'all think on that conversation. I really strongly feel like that's why car prices are not coming down. I might have phrased this wrong at the beginning of the video, but that's really the topic I wanted to really smash, is why are the car prices not coming down? And if they are coming down, why are they coming down so slow? They don't care if you buy this car or not. They want you to finance it. I got a story to tell y'all, and I'm not gonna use names. I got a friend, call him my friend. His name is Joseph. He went and paid cash for a car. He pulled up to the dealership with cash. They were not happy to see cash. They said to him, why would you bring cash and not just finance it? You could just put some of this down and finance the rest. And the reason that is because they know that they can make more off of him paying interest for longer than him just coming doing a straight payment. Pretty much cut them out. I can guarantee you, if you go to a dealership with cash and somebody else coming with financing, they gonna run to them. Because they know, all right, I can get way more money out of this guy than I can with the guy with cash. He's got it all figured out. He gonna buy this car because they're not making a lot of money off cars. It's the finance and the add-on. I think they call them addendums. But they really rather do business with someone who has finance. And that's why you probably shouldn't tell them if you're using cash, but that's a buying video for another day. But I kind of just wanted to share my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We're gonna get down here to this dealership. I might browse a little bit depending on what my time looking like, because I'm technically, using my lunch break to run down here real quick, drop off her car. Hopefully they give me a good loaner. We'll see how that goes. And I'll catch up with y'all when we make it back to the when we get to where we going. All right, they gave boy a 2023 RX 350. It does have a Mark Levinson in here, so I'm interested to see what that sounds like, since my wife's vehicle did not come with that feature. But you can see it's pretty clean in here, man. I don't know if this, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of technology in here that I'm not used to. Like this gear selector right here, I'm not a big fan of it. It's little things. I don't know. We got to see how this thing is the next couple of days, because it's weird things about this that I noticed that I don't really care for. Another thing is this little, how you get out, this door popper thing. I don't know about that. I mean, it feel quality as a Lexus should, but it's a little, close it down. So you can see I don't know what that is. You can see I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's hit the road though. I'm gonna try and get back home because, like I said, I got work to do and I need to get some lunch. So, all right, YouTube, I'm in here being nosy, pressing on stuff, and I noticed the rear view mirror in this car is an actual camera. It's kind of weird to me. It looks like it's really high quality, but I don't know. This thing got too much going on for me, I think. And see, this sort of goes back to like what I was saying earlier about cars being so packed with technology. Like this thing, it's not even F Sport, but it's like, it feels like it's loaded to the brim. Like it's got everything in it. Like I don't know what would be missing. Like you gonna pay a lot of money. I'm not even sure what the sticker is for this truck would be brand new. But I know it's gonna be more than what we paid for my wife's vehicle 2 years ago. 3. God, it's been 4 years. I know it's gonna be brand new. I know it's gonna be way more than that. And she got an F Sport. So like, this is another reason why cars are super expensive. Like if you go, they're loading these things up with technology. It's almost like they want them to be out of reach for the average consumer. So when you go buy these things new, they want you to finance it. So alright, YouTube, I didn't end this video. I feel like this is a good place to end this video. Let me know what y'all think, what y'all thoughts are about the conversation posted in this video. I appreciate y'all for watching. Peace.